Good evening, everyone. From Lagos, I'm Nifemi Oguntoye. This is Beyond 100 Days. You can join the conversation right now on X using hashtag Beyond 100 Days. Remember to tag at TVC News NG. We're headed to Rivers State today, where we've seen the political crisis deepen as Governor Fubara directs administrative heads to take charge of local government areas following the expiration of the 3-year tenure of the council chairman. Governor Fubara gave the directive in a state broadcast on Tuesday in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. What we saw afterwards are large crowds barricading the entrance of Port Harcourt City Local Council Secretariat, as well as in some other parts of the state. Their intent is to resist moves by the council chairman to remain in office. However, recall that the police yesterday called on both sides to exercise restraint, pending the outcome of the case in court on the 20th of June. We have more details in this report.
We came as a citizen of Rivers State.
Sporadic gunfire as supporters of Governor Siminalayi Fubara and those of the council leadership clashed at the Port Harcourt City Local Government Secretariat. Hours after the tenure of the council chairman elapsed, protesters barricaded the office on suspicion that there are plans to loot the facility by persons who are opposed to the anticipated change in leadership.
We decided to gather ourselves as law-abiding citizens of the local government.
We apologize for the abrupt end of that report. We'll bring you all the details subsequently. Joining me now on the show are two main stakeholders in development in Rivers State. Chidi Lloyd is chairman in Mohua local government area, one of the 25 chairmen ordered by Mr. Governor to step down today. Also joining us is Chidi Lloyd, who is chairman National Youth Council of Nigeria Rivers State Chapter. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Let's begin with Mr. Lloyd. You and your colleagues were reportedly chased out of the council today. They are widely reporting that the Rivers people have now taken over. What really happened at your local government council today?
Yeah, I think I want to take exception to that. I couldn't have been chased out of my local government. What happened today was that I saw a group of persons who went today cashing in on the public holidays that exist. To go into the council, broke the council and went into the council and had a razzmatazz in the local government area. Today is the continuation of the Eid al-Kabir festival. Tomorrow is the working day. So we expect that whoever is coming to work should come on a working day, not for singing and drumming. So I'd like to quickly correct you on that. I couldn't have been chased out of a place where the law permits that I stay. So it's important that you put that on proper perspective. So that was exactly what happened today. My attention was drawn to some movement of some persons within and outside the local government.
But how are you reacting to reports that they have taken over the local government council following Mr. Governor's directive today?
How do you, I thought you would educate those who reported that to you. What aspect of governance do you deal with taking over? What have you taken over? You are put in an office by law, by provisions of a certain law. It is not by taking over. We are not in a military regime where you go with your people and take over. So it reminds me of the military junta, where people shoot themselves into power. Unfortunately, we are in a democracy. So when you say take over, it reminds me of those black days of military regime. We are operating a constitutional democracy.
I hear you. Quick one, Mr. Lloyd. Is it true you scheduled today for the distribution of farm tools to some farmers?
Yes, I actually did schedule the distribution of farm tools to my persons of my local government. You recall that our local government is largely agrarian. So when I released the press statement yesterday, I got calls from security agencies to shelve the advice that I shelve the distribution of those farm implements because of the exigency of the moment. So I sat down with my team and we reviewed the distribution of such farm implements.
All right.
So that hoodlums do not cash in on good intention of government to foment trouble.
Hold that thought for a minute. Hold that thought for a minute, Mr.
Lloyd. We have remained resolute.
Let me bring in Mr. Chidi Lloyd, who is Chairman, National Youth Council of Nigeria, Rivers State Chapter. You were reportedly at the Obiakpo Local Government Council Secretariat today, where we saw footages of vandalism of property in the attempt to take over the council. Quickly walk us through what really happened.
Well, I want to say that at the tenure of the former local government chairman who was sworn in by tenure for 3 years as a lapse. And our Rivers people have said we must take charge of our local government. You're also aware that the former Rivers State members of the State Assembly, assembly members who cooked up a law, and saying that they are giving them the government chairman 6 months, 6 months in office. And Rivers people are asking a question. I want to ask Mr. Chidi Lloyd, who took an oath for 3 years, and your turn have elapsed, and you want to start additional 6 months. Now, who is giving the oath that I want to take additional six months? You see, what these people are doing is just to cause crisis in our states. But by the grace of God, Rivers people have said we are going to resist them, and that nobody in this gas can stay in the council. And we have also said that, look, we have a governor in our state, and the governor is in charge of the state. So nobody can take in charge of our state. We elected the governor of Rivers State, Gov Fubara, including the Lloyd there, voted for the governor. So it's laughable that your term has finished and they want to stay additional 6 months. Who gave you that authority? I think what they want to do is just to cause crisis with their paymaster, who is the Minister of FCT. But let me tell Nigerians that we are prepared and ready for them. Nobody, and I think nobody, including Chidi Lloyd, can even go to council tomorrow. He cannot, because he took an oath for 3 years and the term has elapsed. So we should not be deceived by the antics to make Rivers State ungovernable for Fubara. The man in your studio there, we know him very, very well.
Mr. Howell.
We don't want to talk about him, but let me say something. Hold on, let me say something. Like in my local government, we have taken charge. And
just a minute, Mr. Ihowo. You're going to have enough time to express yourself. But I want to call your attention to the footage showing on the screen, because you talked about fomenting trouble and crises. Those people who invaded the Obiakpo Local Government Council, we saw them vandalizing vehicles, pulling down statues. I mean, why should they go this route if the intention is to implement an order by Mr. Governor? The video is shown on the screen as we speak.
Well, nobody invaded the council. Nobody invaded Obiakpo Council. Our people went there on solidarity that we have been liberated. In fact, my local government, where I come from, where the Minister of FCT come from, our future has been mortgaged by Chief Minister Wike, and we are very happy to say, look, the tenure of these people who want to mortgage the future of Rivers people and Obiakpo people has elapsed. So what you are seeing there was a show of happiness by the people of Obiakpo local governments. We are very happy that we are now liberated. We are liberated from the hands of the evil ones who have mortgaged the future of our people, including the man you're seeing there, your screen, who even fought one of our members, one of the members former state assembly, or the Bible there, nearly killed him. Today is the council chairman. And you can see the level of coming to talk about his tells us at last. Let me challenge Chidi Lloyd. He cannot go to a local government tomorrow. It's not possible. Rivers people were very prepared, and nobody can take the position of God. He's not God. He thinks nobody apart from Wike, nobody can be God. I want to challenge him. Let him go to Emma tomorrow.
Let me call your attention to the position of the police, because the Rivers State Police envisage what happened today, what we've now seen as violence in some parts of the state. The CP made a recommendation that aligned with the position of the court, and I want you to hear him.
Is to listen to the directive of the court. The court have said, wait, stay, remain as you are. And just for 2-3 days, 28th, they will listen to the matter for them to solve this if it's solvable in the court. I want to assure you that we are not going to fold our arms if anybody takes laws into their hands. We'll come after them with all we have. We have warned them, we have advised them, and I'm still warning them at this particular time. Nobody has right to take laws into their hands.
All right, so the Commissioner of Police there appealing to both parties to wait till 20th of June when the Court of Appeal will give its judgment. Does it? It seems like the governor couldn't wait for just 2 days. You know, the Court of Appeal asked that the parties involved maintain status quo. Mr. Hunwo. Mr. Hunwo, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You see, the same party. Let me also tell Nigerians that the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, CP, is not working with the state government with his body language. How can you tell a governor not to give an order? The governor said, look, the former chairman should hand over to the head of local governments. And I want to ask the Commissioner of Police, is he a lawyer? Is he a lawyer? You are misinterpreting the court judgment. Now, did the court say the governor should not form a technical committee? Did the court not say the as the Speaker of the Assembly? The answer is no. You see, these people, including the CP, I want to call on the IG. He should transfer the Commissioner of Police. He is too popular in our state. He has served as a DPO in a police station, a commander in SAS. He has also served the state CID. Now CP, what is it in our state? Can he do that when we came as the governor? He cannot.
You seem to be...
Mr. President and IG should transfer the CP immediately from our state. There are people who are causing problems in our state. Because the government is very quiet.
Mr. Hunwo, can we just have a civil conversation? You're not fighting me. I'm not fighting you either. So it's important that...
Hold on. You see, we are Nigerians, but nobody should suppress it.
You hold on, Mr. Ihunwo. You mentioned that it's the CP, a lawyer. I would have thought that the responsibility of the police is to, ensure that they stay by the law, particularly the position of the court. But you're talking about what has happened today.
I want to ask you a question. Listen to me. I want to ask you a question. Was there any law, was there any order restraining Okojombo as the Speaker of the Assembly, or restraining the governor from dissolving or from saying that the term of the council chairman has the last? The answer is no.
What the police is saying,
no such order.
What eventually happened today, the crisis, the violence, the commissioner is saying, why not just hold on for 2 days while we await the position of the Court of Appeal on this matter? It doesn't make sense.
There is no crisis. You see the police, let me tell you, the Commissioner of Police is an enemy of Rivers State. I want to tell Rivers people and Nigerians. The CP, if he's a very transparent person, should tell those who are causing problems. The right of Chidi Lloyd should go home and sleep. They are not elapsed. What are they doing in the council? You can go to the government and system of one of CK.
By the way, we lost...
What are the CP said about that? Have you gone there?
We have lost connection with Mr. Lloyd. We're hoping to reconnect with him.
Mr. Lloyd is afraid of being out that he has left. Tell him, put him on. He's afraid of me, put him on. These are people who have killed a lot of people in the state. And they get the local government, nobody saying anything. And the IGC...
Can we have a civil conversation? You seem to be shouting really. But I want to take you to, another conversation, which I think is critical to this discourse. The governor has been in office now for over a year, long before the tenure of these chairmen expired. Why didn't he conduct an election if the constitution requires that local government councils be governed by elected council chairmen?
Okay, see, let me tell you. Let me also tell you. Let me tell you. The governor was elected by Rivers people. And prior to 3 days before the tenure execution, the expiration of the former governor Wike constituted restraint, appointed his chronic, made them members of the restraint board and the commissioners. And now the governor has came into office and the governor said, look, are you going to tell the man when to run election? Is there any order telling that the governor should conduct elections? And the answer is no. And this, let me tell you something. What goes around comes around. We had the former governor who took his state inside his pocket. Has anybody like Chidi Lloyd come to talk about it? The answer is no. The man has how he want to run the state. I said, look, I am not ready to conduct election now. So what are you supposed to conduct election in all these local governments? You go to Benue State, there's some caretaker committee. Go to KB. Why is Rivers State so important and desperate for you so we can go out?
So
Rivers people has rejected them and we have totally rejected them.
What we've seen today, okay, just hold that thought. I understand that Mr. Lloyd is back. Mr. Lloyd, I don't know if you've been able to follow the conversation thus far, but some...
No, Victoria, I'm very sorry. I had issues with connection.
Okay. So I just wanted to react to what you think has happened across board, because the position of Mr. Ihonwa is that these are the Rivers people taking their state back from the hand of politicians who have held them bound for so long. I'm wondering how you react to that.
Honestly, Ibitoye, I feel very sad that you will bring me on a program with Chijoke Ihonwa for me to discuss. You ordinarily would have called somebody of his size, not a man like me, to discuss with Chijoke Ihonwa. I take very serious exception to that. No, I take very serious exception to that. You can see how uncouth, maybe reeking of very high on drugs, and so on and so forth. And you bring a man like me on the TV program with...
It is important, Mr. Lloyd, that we focus on the subject of the matter.
You asked me questions.
Yes, and I want you to answer the question, not attack the personality of my guest.
With a land grabber, I will take exception to it. Because I have pedigree. You cannot bring me on the same program with a criminal, a man who has records of land grabbing, and you ask Chidi Lloyd questions for me to interact with Chijoke Ihonwa. I feel very offended.
Mr. Lloyd.
I feel very offended.
Mr. Lloyd, what we've seen today...
Dr. Lloyd, please. Dr. Lloyd, please.
Dr. Lloyd, we've seen today protesters clashing with the police, destruction of property, and all forms of violence. I want you to speak to... Just a minute, Dr. Lloyd. I wanted to speak to the need for supporters on both sides to exercise restraint, irrespective of the form of provocation.
Let me tell you this for free. The supporters of the Minister for the Federal Capital Territory have exercised restraint. We have exercised restraint. We have in the face of provocation. I'm sure that my little brother in that studio on the other side knows who I am, and he knows he has enormous respect for me. So I know what it means, but I feel sorry for the governor, because if the state goes up in flames, he will be the one to blame himself for it. You must recall that no group has monopoly of violence. You see what happened today? I would excuse whoever did whatever they did today. I can assure you, it will not happen again in Rivers State. So I can assure you that. So when he says Rivers people, who are the Rivers people he is referring to? It's unfortunate what is going on. There are people who want to become wannabes are cashing on the situation in the state. People who want power by all means, people who do not understand what it means to lead the people are the ones who are masquerading. People are brandishing guns and other weapons of mass destruction, and they say they are supporting the governor.
Mr. Lloyd, so what happens tomorrow now? Because Mr. Governor in his broadcast this morning did ask that the head of administration should take over. Are you going to honor Mr. Governor's order?
Ibitoye, I will not tell you what will happen tomorrow because I'm neither God nor Nostradamus. I'm neither God nor Nostradamus.
No, the question I'm asking really is, are you and your colleagues willing to step down as chairman as of today?
Ibitoye, we cannot step down. We have said so. It is clear it is audible to the deaf and visible to the blind.
Well, by the way,
we are creation of the law, and we respect the law. Nobody can put me out of office. I didn't ask the Rivers State House of Assembly to amend the law to extend my tenure.
All right.
Because they have done so, and because the Court of Appeal has said we should maintain status quo.
I hear you clearly.
I am on the side of the law.
Dr. Lloyd, I have called you doctor now, but you have to also learn my surname. It's Oguntoye, not Ibitoye, right?
Oguntoye, I'm so sorry
so that I don't sue you for that.
Oguntoye, I have taken the hint.
Mr. Ehuwo, let me get your reaction because we have to go now. Precisely, I want you to speak to supporters on both sides. How do we handle this situation without setting your city on fire, without further destruction of lives and property?
Can you hear me?
Clearly I can. You have just about 2 minutes.
All right, let me also say that actually Lloyd is calling me names. Just hold on, please. Hold on. Chidi Lloyd was calling me names, and you see, there was a court caller Wale Ogu from Ogun State. Chidi Lloyd and his cohort wanted to collect property, and I said no. And I said I'm not interested in joining them. I was telling Chidi Lloyd to tell us people in Nigerians if there's any criminality against me. Also, Chidi Lloyd is also a bunker in River State. I challenge him. He might want to seek somewhere. The former chairman of the local government.
Mr. Ehuwo.
I also tell Chidi Lloyd, look, I am not Honorable Emo Chinda. I cannot be. Let him dare me. I can't be. His tenure has ended and nothing more will happen. Tomorrow he can't go to Emo local government. He cannot. These are criminal men we have made council chairman. Rivers Bank rejected them. I will have a governor who stand by the governor. We are ready. I'm even ready to die. I dare Chidi Lloyd to come.
How do we ensure that we have a peaceful situation tomorrow? What are you saying to your supporters? Are we together?
Well, what I'm saying to my supporters is this: they should remain in their council very peacefully and continue to support the governor.
All right.
Nobody can hold River State as a private state. The man you see there are those who are contacting in our state, collecting people's property, building capacity. He wanted to support the people, mortgaging our future. I want to tell you how many persons he has made in his community. He brought people to buy almost all the property in his community. And he's talking. I'm ashamed of Chidi Lloyd.
Mr. Ehuwo, thank you so much for joining this conversation. Chidi Lloyd, Chairman, Emoha Local Government Area, one of the 25 chairmen ordered by Mr. Governor to step down today. I've also been speaking with Chijioke Ehuwo, who is Chairman, National Youth Council of Nigeria. Mr. Lloyd, you have 30 seconds. How do we ensure peace in Rivers State tomorrow?
I can assure you that there will be peace. I can assure you that there will be peace. Unfortunately, I would invite Chijioke Ehuwo to Emoha tomorrow. He has called me names. I'd like to invite him to Emoha tomorrow.
Gentlemen.
That's right. Because he's coming to resume work as the HLGA.
Gentlemen, that's our show. We have to go now. Thank you so much for talking to us on the program this evening. We all eyes on Rivers State. It's very important that all stakeholders sheath their sword, pay attention to the welfare of the people, which of course is the reason why every individual has been elected. Call yourself a politician or a government appointee. Everyone has to show more responsibility, more caution. And we want to dissociate ourselves with every single altercation and pronouncement made by this gentleman.